What's up guys, Cheetah here. Today I'm bringing you an achievement walkthrough for Horror Tale 1 Kidnapper. This game is published by Epixr Games and it's developed by Euphoria Games. You can pick it up today for a price of $9.99. To get the full completion, it'll only take you around 20 minutes following along with this video. So this is a kids horror game similar to Death Park 1 and 2, but in this game we can choose the ghost difficulty and the kidnapper won't see us or attack us, and it basically becomes a walking simulator. The item spawn locations are random each playthrough, but I'm going to be showing you every single spawn location that I've found, and I'll also have timestamps to each of the different items so you can easily find them. So starting off, you can skip the cutscenes with B and interact with the note here on the door with A, and then back out using B and open up the door in front of you, and then head outside towards the chicken coop here, and we need to open up all 4 of the little hatches here, and you want to pick up the eggs inside and place all of them in the carton on the left side here. And then once you fill that up, you can pick up the carton of eggs, and we can turn around and follow the dirt path behind us here to the gate. And we can open up the gate, and then we're going to place the carton of eggs into our little bike basket here. And then we can interact with the map, and we're going to fast travel to the treehouse down on the bottom left side. And again, if you want to, you can skip the cutscenes with the B button, or watch them if you want to. Alright, so once the cutscene is over, we can turn around and pick up a brick from the floor here, and then we can crouch down using the right bumper or down on the D-pad, and then we can throw the brick at this weak spot here to break the boards, and then we can head through, and we're going to turn to the left, and then turn to the left again, and follow this dirt path here to the workbench, and then we can find the hammer and pick that up, and now we're going to turn around and head towards the right side of the house over here. If you see the kidnapper, that's fine. He can't see us or touch us, so just ignore him and head to the right side of the house here. Interact with the ladder to move it, and then climb up top, and we're going to use the hammer here to remove the nails from the board right here. And then from there, turn to the right, and we're going to drop the hammer off the side of the roof here using the Y button. We can only carry one item at a time, so drop that down there for now, and then head into the newly opened room. Take a right turn, push this box out of the way here, and then pick up the bicycle wheel, and we're going to take that down to where we dropped the hammer. So head back outside, drop down here, and we can place the wheel on the bike here to fix up the bike. And then turn to the right, pick up the hammer that we dropped earlier, and place that in the bicycle basket. Alright, so again, the item spawn locations are random each playthrough. I'll have timestamps to each of the different locations, but starting off, head back behind the well here, and this is the first spawn location for the gas canister. If the gas canister is here, go ahead and pick that up and take that back to your bicycle. If not, I'll show you more locations later on in the video. So for now, head back to the shack where we originally spawned in, and there is a fishing pole spawn location back here behind it, resting on these boards here. If the fishing pole's there, go ahead and pick that up and take that back to your bicycle. If not, again, I'll show you more locations later on in the video. So now there is a screwdriver spawn just over here on this bench. If the screwdriver's there, pick it up, take it back to your bicycle. If not, again, I'm going to show you more locations later on. So once you have all of your items, take them back to the bicycle here, place them in the basket, and then interact with the map. And we're going to fast travel to the treehouse. Alright, so once you're at the treehouse here, we can pick up the hammer from our bicycle rack, and we're going to head up the hill here and push the box out of the way, and then climb up into the treehouse, and we can place the hammer on the table up here. So the treehouse is basically like our home base where we're going to be placing all of the different items. So place that there. If you want, you can take a look at the to-do list here. That's all of the items that we need to collect. So from there, we can exit the treehouse, turn to the right, and head down the hill here, and there is another spawn location for the screwdriver right here on this bench. If it's there, you can take that to your bicycle. If not, you can pick up a brick here, and we can head around towards the right side of this building, and there is another fishing rod spawn location just on that table there. So in order to unlock the door, you have to throw the brick at the plank there and remove that from the door, and then you can head inside and pick up the fishing rod if it's there. Alright, so if you don't have the fishing rod just yet, don't worry, I'm going to show you some more locations later on in the video. So for those of you that do have the fishing rod, you want to take that to the dock just back here towards the back of the level, and there is a fishing spot where we can catch a fish. We're going to need the fish in order to get the binoculars from the cat on the Sawmill level later on. So for now, if you have the fishing rod, just follow me to the spot here, place the fishing rod right here next to the chair. That'll give you a fish that we can pick up, and we can take that back to our bicycle. Also, keep in mind, guys, you can use the timestamps on the video or down in the comments below to quickly fast forward around to each of the different item locations, and you can find whichever item you're missing. I do include all of the different spawn locations in the video, so once you come back to your bicycle here, you can place that in the basket. And next up, we're going to fast travel to the farm, and at the farm, we can find the RC car, another fishing rod spawn location, the battery, and a gas canister. So once you're here, you want to head through the gate, head straight, and then head towards the back of the barn. And back here is another fishing rod spawn location for those of you who are still missing it. Whenever you find the fishing rod, make sure that you go back to the treehouse and collect the fish if you don't have it. Next up, behind the house here, there is a generator and there is another gas canister spawn location that we can find. If you don't find it here, there is another location at the school. So once you have your items, head back to the bicycle. Make sure you place those on the bike. And next up, we're going to head to the Sawmill location. And here we can find the binoculars, the metal scissors, and another spawn location for the fishing rod and screwdriver. Starting off, pick up a brick from the floor here, and then follow this path. And on the right side, we can crouch down and sneak through this little secret cubby here. And then once we get to the other side, we can use the brick to destroy the boards right here. And then we can head back the way we came. And I'm going to show you two more screwdriver spawn locations. So the next one is just on the barrels here. If the screwdriver isn't here, there is another spawn location on the other side of the sawmill here. So make your way inside and then to the other side of the building. And just over here on the workbench is another screwdriver spawn location. You can pick that up and take that back to your bicycle. If it's not here and you don't already have it yet, there is one more spawn location at the school, which I will show after this. So head back to your bike, place the screwdriver, and then we're going to pick up the gas canister, and we're going to head back to that secret cubby where we removed the boards. And we can use the gas canister to fill up the generator inside here. If you don't have the gas canister just yet, don't worry. I will show you the next spawn location at the school. So fill up the generator here, and then we can head back the way we came. And next up, I'm going to show you the spawn location for the metal scissors. So after you activate the generator, we can now get the metal scissors. So head inside the sawmill, pick up the copper key from the table there, and then head inside this room here. Make your way up these stairs, unlock the door at the top, and then head inside. And over here, we can activate the sawmill control panel, and then that'll reveal a new door for us downstairs. So head downstairs, and then turn to the right and head back down here. And there is a door on the right side that we can open up. Head inside here, and the first spawn location for these scissors is right here on the wooden boards. The next spawn location is on the table here. Once you have these scissors, you can open up the door and place those on your bike back at the start of the level. Next up, we can use the fish, and we're going to take that to the back towards the lumber yard. If you don't have the fish just yet, don't worry. There is a spawn location for the fishing rod back here, and then the final one is at the school. So make your way to the lumber yard back here, head through the fence gate, and then make your way under the board here. And the next fishing rod spawn location is just there on the table. If you don't have the fish just yet, you can go fish for it at the treehouse. And once you have it, we can take it back here to the tower. And there is a cat that we need to feed in order to distract it. So head back here, feed the little kitty the fish, and then we can climb up the tower in the back here, and we can pick up the binoculars, and then head back to the bicycle. Sometimes the kidnapper closes the gate on us, and we have to use the logs in order to get out. So head back the way we came, and we're going to head up the little ramp here next to the gate. If the gate's open, you can just quickly exit through the gate, but for those of you that had the gate closed on you, you can head up here, walk across the planks, and then use the logs just over here to hop over the fence, and then you can head back to your bicycle. Once you get back to the bike, place the binoculars in the rack, and then we can use the map here to fast travel to the school. Alright, so once you're at the school here, we're going to look for the crowbar. The first spawn location is just over here across the street on this box right over here. If it's there, go ahead and pick it up and you can drop it next to your bicycle for later. If it's not there, the second spawn location is just over here on top of this trash can. So go ahead and find the crowbar and place that next to your bicycle for later. Alright, and next up we can pick up the metal scissors from our bike rack, and we're going to bring those over to the fire escape ladder right here, and we're going to drop them for later. If you're still missing the metal scissors because you couldn't find the gas canister, the final gas canister spawn location is on that box right there. You can pick up the gas canister, take that back to the sawmill, use that to power the generator, and then you can pick up the metal scissors. And next up, once you have all of that stuff done, we're going to look for a basketball, and we can find one always in the basketball court just over here. So there's a bucket of balls where you can pick up a basketball. So once you have one of those, bring that back to the fire escape ladder, and we're going to throw that at the ladder in order to bring it down. Right over here, again, you can throw the ball using the X button, throw that at the fire ladder to bring that down, and we can climb up and push the board down, and that'll create a bridge onto the school bus that we can use. And then we can drop down and pick up our metal scissors, and we can make our way onto the school bus, and up here we can cut the rope right here, and then we can drop down and cut the rope again, and then we can leave that here for later. And next up, we're going to bring the metal scissors to the basketball court. Over on the right side, there is a fence that we can cut open, so head back here, turn to the right, and follow the path back here to the fence directly in front of us, and back here we can cut open the fence, and then we can drop these scissors and pick up the tin cans inside here, pick those up, and bring those back to the bicycle for later. Alright, and next up, I'm going to show you the 3 spawn locations for the remote control, and then the final spawn location for the screwdriver and the fishing rod for those of you who are still missing it. So the first spawn location for the remote control can be found on this dirt hill here, which is personally where I found it. The second spawn is going to be inside of the basketball court on a bench. As soon as you head through the gate here, turn to the left, and it should be on the bench there. If not, the third and final spawn location for the remote control is just out here in the alleyway on this bench here. And then next up, we can check the final spawn for the screwdriver and the fishing rod. Head through this gate here, turn to the right, follow this path, and there is a bench where the final screwdriver can spawn right here. If it's there, you can take that back to your bicycle. Next up, we can check the final spawn for the fishing rod for those of you who are still missing it. Head across this plank here, onto the little island, and then turn to the left, and you'll see a table over here, and that is the final spawn that I know of for the fishing rod. Again, bring all of these items back to your bicycle. And as a reminder for anyone unlucky enough to just now be finding the fishing rod, you need to take the fishing rod back to the treehouse level, go fishing at the docks, collect the fish, and then take the fish to the sawmill level, feed that to the cat, and then collect the binoculars. Alright, so you can drop the RC remote on the floor next to your bike for later. If you have the screwdriver, you can remove that from your bicycle. Right now, we're going to place the binoculars, the tin cans, and the rope on our bicycle. And then once you have all 3 of those items, we're going to fast travel back to the treehouse. And we're going to take those up to our buddy in the treehouse. So go ahead and do that. Also, I'm not sure what happens here, but my game kind of glitches out and the characters duplicate themselves or whatever. This was like my 10th playthrough, and this was the first time that that happened. I was pretty creeped out by it, but I had to continue along with the walkthrough and just ignore it. So again, guys, for now, just keep collecting the items from your bike and bringing those up to the treehouse. Alright, once you place all 3 of those items, we can fast travel back to the school, and we can pick up the remaining items there. Alright, so once you're back at the school here, pick up the crowbar, place that on the bike, and then pick up the remote control and the screwdriver. And then once you have everything on your bike, we're going to fast travel back to the lair up at the top left. And here we can use the crowbar to open up the locked door. Alright, so once we're on the layer level here, we can pick up the crowbar, and we can use that to unlock the padlock on the cellar door just over here. And then we can drop the crowbar, and we can head inside the bunker. We also got a little Half-Life reference there, which I thought was funny. Head through the bunker here, ignore the turn, and keep heading straight. It's going to curve off to the right slightly, and then again, ignore the turn, just keep heading straight, and eventually you should reach a purple symbol. And then we can take a left turn and follow this back here. And we're going to crouch through the little hole here and make our way up the ladder, open up the hatch, and then up here on the shelf, we can pick up the nails right here. And then we can open up the locked door just beside it, and we can make our way back to the bicycle, and we can fast travel to the farm. Alright, so once you're on the farm level here, we can pick up the remote control from our bike rack, and we can head through the gate. And then we're going to head back beside the farm over where the water tower is, and there is a secret little area that we can head into. So head back here, and then we can crouch down and make our way through here. And then on the left side, there is a hole in the fence where we can use the remote to control an RC car. And our objective is to make it all the way through the course here. This part is very annoying since the RC car's controls are very bad, and you have to have a lot of speed when going up the ramps, or else you won't make it across the gap, and you'll have to reset your car by pressing the X button. So again, guys, this part is very annoying. I kind of make it look easy since this is like my 10th playthrough. So eventually you'll make it to the end of the course here. You'll drive through the hole in the fence, and then we can go pick up the screwdriver from our bike. So you can drop the RC remote and then head back to the bicycle. So pick up the screwdriver and then take that to the hole in the fence behind the chicken coop where we parked the RC car. And for whatever reason, the RC car is completely invisible for me. I'm not sure if it's just a bug on my end, but it was invisible every single playthrough. But nevertheless, use the screwdriver on the RC car here twice. That'll give you the battery. You can bring the battery back to your bicycle. And then from there, we're going to fast travel back to the treehouse. And now we can bring these final two items up to the treehouse. Alright, after you place the final item on the table, you can skip the cutscene if you want to, and then from there we're going to head back down towards our bike, and we're going to fast travel to the layer level, and then from there we're going to head inside the building just in front of us, and we're going to head inside through the door just to the left right over here, and that's going to be the end of the game and your full completion. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video if the guide was helpful, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Huge shout out to my Patreon supporters, ChanSpanch1, TimG84, JAGS, Stacy Mackey, and my two legend supporters, Niku no Nioi and MonarchReptar.